Welcome to the ISB show, day 2 of the UEFA World Cup qualifying region from Europe now. And what happened, Rahi? It was some crazy results. There was some good, there was some bad, and there's a jersey you're wearing today that might have to be retired very soon, my friend, very soon, based on what happened. Let's get into it. So we'll start off with I'm going to get to the match. We're going to get to the Sweden match first, but I want to talk about another team. First. It is a good day to be from the UK this week and be from the upper part of the main island, because we had Scotland winning and now we have these boys from Northern Ireland winning, Rahi. And this was a huge match.
And if we're doing some math equations here,
yes,
Northern Ireland has beaten Slovakia.
Yes.
Slovakia has beaten Germany, which means Northern Ireland should be favored against Germany, right?
That's exactly what's going to happen, my friend. No, so they welcome them, of course, in the next match. They will be without their main player, Conor Bradley. But here's what I want to say. And I don't know if we have Northern Irish fans, a lot of them out there. I hope they come out and make some comments. I want to say this very personally. I love watching this team play because they're full of young players, and you can see that sort of young abashedness when they play. They're doing flicks, Isaac Price doing flicks and different things like that. Yes, it's not always the cleanest 100% of the time, but it just shows the beauty in football. When I watch Northern Ireland play, it makes me feel happy inside. Sometimes they win, sometimes they lose, like in the Germany match. But nights like this, you're like, man, I wish I was in Belfast. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the joy of youth, right? They look like a team that's fearless. And remember, you haven't seen this team do a lot of things maybe over the years. They've been in some major tournaments. One of my favorite games, if you remember, that famous Northern Ireland victory against Spain. I remember that 3-2 victory.
David Healy. David Healy, yes. The David Healy game.
Yes, one of the most memorable qualifiers I've ever watched.
Yeah. And so look, now they're going to face Germany. It's going to be a very tough match. And we just showed the standings. It's going to be hard. It's going to be hard. But a night like tonight, when the second goal, it was just like a crazy moment. It just shows how things can go from good to bad for Slovakia. Goalie punches it out. Dubravka punches it out. And my man, Mr. Hume, hits it almost like a volley shot in golf into the goal, wide open goal. That's how it got done. And the fans must be celebrating tonight in Belfast. Rahi sets up for an exciting clash against Germany.
Yeah. And you could say the Germans got lucky. Maybe, Slovakia losing to Northern Ireland. Or are they going to face the giant here in Northern Ireland? Let's see.
We shall see. Okay. Moving on to this group, Rahi. And look, we've talked about Scandinavian football. We've talked about Norway. We've done a lot of videos on Norway. We've done a lot of videos on Denmark. We keep saying that Sweden might have some of the most talented players out of any team in Scandinavia. And they keep coming up with performances like this. Another very disappointing 2-0 loss to Switzerland.
This is so interesting. Such a disappointing performance again by one of the most talented Swedish sides we've seen in a long time. And yet lesser teams with less talent have done better, have qualified for major tournaments, right? Have made to knockout rounds of big tournaments, have gone somewhat far. And now a team with Isak, a team that looks talented. They have really fallen flat. It's been extremely disappointing. You talk about youth. Yeah. You talk about how youth can be the difference. In this case, for Sweden, they just don't look a team that knows how to play together. It's a collection of individuals, talented individuals, yes, but man, really disappointing for this.
They looked very lost today, giving the ball away in the midfield, and it just it was just. I just didn't see that fight. I didn't see there were a couple moments here and there where I thought, okay, maybe they can nick one. But Switzerland was a dominant team. And let's talk about Switzerland now, because we haven't spent much time, and we need to do another video on them. I know you're a big fan of Murat Yakin. But this team is putting together some performances, making a run in this group. We just showed the standings. They're way ahead right now. They're probably going to get close to the World Cup. They went and came to the U.S. and thrashed our boys, our U.S. team, pretty badly. Maybe we shouldn't feel so bad. Maybe this team is one of the best teams in the world.
It's a very good team. And you're right. At a certain point, we have to accept the truth. Evidence after evidence, right? How good has this team been? They have walked through qualifiers again. They were excellent in the Euros, right? This is a team that has done some damage. When are we going to give them the respect they deserve? When are we going to understand this is a talented team that continues to dispatch opponents with very little trouble, and they have an incredibly smart, gifted manager? For me, why we continue to ignore the Switzerland team is wild. This is a good team.
This is a very, very good team. And I think at this point, you can say they're in the World Cup. I mean, I'll show the standings again. And here we go. Like, it's like, this is where they stand. I mean, it's going to be hard for any of these teams to catch them. Final thought, Rahi, I think it's fair to say based on that. Final thought on Sweden as we wrap this up. I think this may be it for the campaign.
Yeah, I think we've talked about some of these teams. Some teams we've been excited about, right? We've talked about Norway doing so well. We've talked a little bit about could Greece do that? And Greece has been disappointing. Sweden in a similar boat. Talented, but not quite there. Is it coaching? Is it experience together? Is it learning to play together? We shall see. But this World Cup qualification has come too early for this Swedish side. Doesn't mean they're not talented, but boy, you have to be incredibly disappointed as a Swedish side.
Speaking of disappointment, we'll finish the video with this. So Belgium could not get a victory at home against North Macedonia. And North Macedonia now tops the group here. I'll be in just so you can see where everyone can see where things at. Of course, this is the last group, but here we go. Here's how it looks. Look at that. Who would have expected that after 6 matches? They're top of the group. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy to see this.
It is crazy, but remember, look at the games played. Both Wales and Belgium have a game in hand. It's early days still. I mean, it's nice. It's a big achievement for North Macedonia. Give them a ton of credit. And think about who they've been able to pip in qualifiers over the past few years. So
Italy,
I would say this. Italy knows all too well. But good performance, good result. But it's early days.
I think it sets up nicely for a Belgium versus Wales match as it's coming up. And of course, this group is still a lot to play for. So a lot to talk about there. But got to give credit, North Macedonia. They withstood the storm today. Their goalkeeper played very well. And they are, at top of the group. So you got to enjoy that for the moment. Let us know your thoughts about all the qualifiers that happened today. Who's going to get through? Switzerland looks good. France, of course, looks good. All those teams from out of today look good. Germany looks like they've righted the ship, but don't sleep on the youth. I'm excited for Northern Ireland. I'm excited to see maybe North Macedonia. We shall see. If you enjoyed these videos, please subscribe to the channel. We will come to you after the next matches. Keep watching the beautiful game.